everybody, so today I just wanted to share with you a really simple little dessert that looks really fancy but comes together really quickly. If you've got people coming around for dinner and you don't want to spend a lot of time on dessert, this is ideal. Now they're individual peach Melba pots. Now you can do it in I do them in little glasses, you could do it in little sundae dishes, you could do it in wine glasses, kind of whatever you've got to hand really. And in this bowl here I whisked together 140 grams of mascarpone cheese. Now you could use regular cream cheese if you wanted. Mascarpone just gives a slightly sweeter taste. And a 200 gram pot of Greek yogurt. A tiny little pinch of ground cloves. Now that sounds a bit strange, but it adds a nice warmth to the creamy mixture with the fruits, and I like it. You don't have to put it in. A couple of drops of vanilla extract and about 3 tablespoons of icing sugar. You might need a little bit more if you were using regular cream cheese, just sifted in. Whisk that all together with a hand whisk. You don't want this to be really thick, so I just used a balloon whisk for it. Once it was all combined and smooth, I then poured in a 300 gram or 300 ml pot of double cream. And again, by hand, just whisked it together. It comes together really quickly. And again, you don't want it to be thick whipped cream. You want it to be almost mousse-like in how it looks. So then in this little pot, I've got some raspberry jam, seedless raspberry jam, that I've just stirred around to make it a bit more kind of saucy. Again, you could make a raspberry coulis for this, but we're talking simple, quick desserts. I've got some fresh raspberries. I've got some canned peaches, which I've just drained. They're the peaches in fruit juice. And then down here, I've got a little bag of chopped roasted hazelnuts. And so it is really simple to put it together. And if I can do this, I haven't got any helpers in the kitchen today. So you just want a little bit of jam in the bottom of your pot. Just sort of spread it across the bottom, just to get some jam in there, to give a nice fruity base. Then you want a nice spoonful of this is not going to be very pretty because I'm doing it all single-handed. If I was doing this with both hands, I would make sure this wasn't sticking to the sides of the pot. But your sort of moussey, almost cheesecakey like mixture goes in next. Then on top of that, you want to add a couple of slices of the peaches. Again, this doesn't have to be fancy. It's quite rusticy looking, so I've got 3 slices of peach there. You could put an extra one in there. Again, to go on top of the peach, just a little bit more of the jam. Just spread that around to give you your raspberry sauce. Then you want to go with another layer of the creamy cheesecakey sort of mixture. Kind of a couple of spoonfuls. Sorry, this is kind of wobbling around a little bit. A little drizzle of the jam on the top of that, so it can be a blob, it can be a drizzle, however it comes off the spoon. It will depend how much you've stirred around your jam really as to how blobby it goes. Then on top of that, some fresh raspberries, just like that. And then finally a little sprinkle of the toasted hazelnuts. Now, it's not very pretty around the edges. I would clean off these edges before I was serving it. You can see you've got your layers. You've got your raspberry sauce, which is just jam. You've got your cream cheesy, moussey sort of mixture. You've got a layer of peaches in the middle, some fresh raspberries and toasted nuts on the top. These are absolutely delicious. I would serve them, if I were doing them for dinner, I would serve them with something like a biscotti or some amaretti biscuits or something like that on the side. And it took no more than 10 minutes to make the whole thing from start to finish. You get enough in this to make probably about 6 of that size serving. So these are just little water tumblers. If you were doing bigger pots or bigger glasses or sundae dishes, you would probably get 4 out of it. So yeah, just a really quick and simple little pudding, which normally, if you make it with 2 hands, looks quite attractive and is really tasty, and it's like something that you've spent a lot of time making, but it's actually really light and tasty. So maybe one for you to give a try when you've got people around for tea and you don't know what to make for pudding.